Hello and welcome back. This is going to be an experimental video, and for the past few years I've been kind of having this unreasonable obsession with trying to predict the stock market. I was walking around one day and I had this idea that you know how large language models only learn how to predict the next token. So they don't really know what they're producing, they just learn a pattern of words and numbers, and then they learn how to predict the next number or word, basically. What if we could apply this to the stock market? Would it work? And you know, GPT-4 at least is really good at math, and they say that a fine-tuned specialized GPT-3 Turbo model can outperform the GPT-4. So what if we fed all of the data of the stock market, or in this case Bitcoin, to a GPT and had it predict the next day's movement? That is what we're going to try out today. So let's build a little high-level view of what we're going to do here. We're going to gather historical data from Bitcoin. Then we're going to format that data for fine-tuning, and then we're going to fine-tune. And in the end, we're going to see if the fine-tuned model actually can predict the stock price of, or the price movement of Bitcoin. I consider a strategy successful if it has more than a 60% hit rate of being right, because that's at least the odds in your favor. Alright, so let's jump into it. I've created this fine-tuning data structure assistant. If you want, you'll have it in the description below. It basically just helps you out with formatting any kind of data for fine-tuning with GPT. And this assistant will help you format and then give you a JSON file that you can just upload to OpenAI. I guess there's a lot of ways of doing this, but in this case, I'm just going to ask it to create a model that predicts Bitcoin price going up or down the next day based on the movement of the last 30 days of the RSI values. And then I found a data set of Bitcoin on TradingView. There are plenty of places to just find it for free as well. So let's go ahead and upload that file together with this message, and it will now show us how we need to structure the data in order to be able to fine-tune on it. So if you've never done technical analysis before, just to give a little quick lesson in what's happening here. The RSI is an equation that is based on previous stock movement. So it measures how much momentum a stock has up or down. And what I'm doing here is I'm saying, here is the 30 last days of RSI. And the result of that was up or down. And here's the next 30 days of RSI. And the day after, the price went up or down. So what I'm hoping here is that when we try it out, I will just send 30 days of RSI. That will be our input. And then we're hoping that it guesses the right answer by up or down. And I'm going to try it for the next 30 days and see if it's right more than 60% of the time by guessing up or down. Alright, so here it goes ahead and gives me an example of how I need to structure it, and then the input will be the 30 values of RSI, and then the output will be up or down. And now it goes ahead and formats the data and makes all the calculations it needs to be able to send it to OpenAI. It calculates the RSI. I could have given it this in export, but it goes ahead and calculates it by its own. Then it determines if the next day from that is an up or down. And then it will give the past 30 days of numbers in one single prompt. And then it will structure it for fine-tuning, so it converts it to JSON For some reason, the chat got deleted and I got to do it again. So here we are. It's structuring the data set. I asked it a few different things now because it gave a lot of decimals here, so we don't need them. And we're gonna leave the 30 last days in the training set to test on. Also, we need a system message to give it a little bit of context of what it's learning here. And I asked it to only include the days that had 30 full RSI values behind it. Great, format it. And it's formatted it into a JSON file. Let's have a look at it and see what that looks like. The JSON file is ready and we can go into the OpenAI website, go to the API version of it, and then go to fine-tuning, create a new fine-tune, GPT 3.5 1106, upload that JSON file, and this happens sometimes. It happened to me last time as well. Something in the format is wrong and I try to upload it and you get this error message. I just grab a print screen of it, send it back, and the fine-tuning assistant will correct the file and then send back the new version. And like that, we have the file ready for fine-tuning. So let's choose the GPT 3.5 Turbo, the JSON file, and upload. Yes, let's go. We'll be validating the format. So it went through the validation process and we're now fine-tuning. It usually takes around 15 to 20 minutes. Let's go back here when we're ready and we'll see the result for the next coming 30 days. Okay, so we're done with the fine-tuning. You can now find the fine-tuned model in Fine-Tunes here in Playground. And I just gave it the system prompt that you're watching the RSI value of the past 30 days, and you can only answer up or down based on what you think the price direction will be the next day. In this sheet here, we have the correct answers. So remember that I left 30 days in the end, not to be included in the training data. This is because we need something to test on. So here is the actual results. And this will be the prompt, and we hope that this will be the completion. And I'll give it a little mark if it's right in every row here. And in the end, we need more than 60% of these rows. That is what? 20 days, 20 guesses to be right. So let's go. The first one. All right. So in the training set, we only had up or down, and now it's saying, I'm going to say up, and that is actually correct. So we'll give it a little mark here. Let's give it the next one. Let's give it the next one. Down. Oh! Yes, it got 2 right guesses. Let's give it the next one. Up. Yeah, 3 in a row. Whoa, all right. Let's give it the next one. Jesus. Might have just cracked the code to the stock market. Down. Yes! All right. Yeah, here we go. We have 1 more right. Now we need 3 ups in a row. Whoa. So far, 100% of the guesses has been right. Down. Damn it. This one was wrong. But we only need it to be right at least 60% of the time. Up. It was right here. Wow. What is happening? Okay. Let's get the next one. up. So seriously, it's been wrong 1 out of 7 times so far. Right, up, no, it was down. So 2 times wrong. Now we need 3 ups in a row. Oh, it was wrong again. Let's do the next one. Up. It's right. It's right. We need an up again. Ooh! Yes! And now we need a down. Ah, wrong. I'm just gonna continue to do this for the rest of the testing data, and I'll tell you the results after. Alright, we're done with the experiment, and here's the final result. We had a really good streak here in the beginning, and then in the middle of it, it kind of got a little bit off. But we ended up with 17 out of 30 guesses right, which puts this model at, for this experiment at least, to really try this out, you will need to go through this at least 30 times more. So for this time, we got a 55% success rate, which means it guessed the right answer more than it guessed the wrong answer. With that ratio, I would never dare to trade on it. And like I said, you need to try it out so many more times to really, test if it's waterproof. But hey, there you have it. In case you ever thought about the experiment to fine-tune a GPT to predict the stock market, it actually got more right answers than wrong answers. Okay, I hope you learned something from it. This was also a way to show how you could use the data structure, the fine-tuning data structure assistant with. You can basically use it in any use case that you need to fine-tune things for. And yeah, that concludes the experiment. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.